So hello and welcome back to Test Drive Thursday. Today we're taking a look at this BDF mod that has been modified to work with the next gen Scania. So let's get started by taking a look at all of the customization. Okay then, so here we are inside the Scania dealer in Stockholm. Now it works with both the R and the S cabins in all configurations, which is pretty good. We go for the S today, I think, because I think it fits in a little bit better with the height of the sort of tandem trailer. So again, as you do, usually you got the normal and high roof. It fits in quite nicely to the configuration. It's not like a separate truck that you have to go for. It's just a chassis configuration. You've got everything from a 4x2 tandem, which looks a bit odd if you ask me. You got a 6x2 4, 6x2 4 tag lift, 6x4, 6x4 tag lift, 8x4x4. 8x4 tag lift. So there's quite a few to choose from there, and it is massive. I mean, look at the size of that. Pretty insane. Interestingly though, the heavy cargo bar is high. So I think it works on the amount of powered axles and the amount of axles. So even though you can't really haul a heavy load with this because it's got no fifth wheel, it's still counting it as a heavy cargo, which is pretty unusual. Onto the engines, they're all standard, but one thing I do have to say, if you want the side skirts, you basically have to go with a V8, because there is no option to have a non-V8 side skirt, which is really confusing. I don't know why they've done that. All they had to do was just remove the badge. But yeah, if you want a side skirt and you don't want it to look stupid, definitely go for a V8, which isn't a bad thing, isn't it? It's not a bad compromise going for a V8. Transmissions, they're all normal. That's the best one to go for if you ask me. On the interior, again, everything standard as you would expect. Left hand drive, right hand drive, V8 interiors, wood interiors. I haven't gone for this one yet. May do that today. But yeah, loads of options. Paints all work as you would expect. In fact, not quite. This one, the construction one, looks a bit odd. Yeah, this looks a bit dodgy on the side. On the main cabin, it looks okay. It's just on the side skirts where, yeah. So definitely just go for a standard paint, else it just doesn't work. But onto the options. Moving down here, you've got all the new lower grille guards for the truck, which are all very nice. Look a bit heavy duty, some of them. You've got the front bumper, again. You got the high, you've got the sort of medium, and then you got the low, all with plastic or paint and no lamps or all the fog lamps. Onto the lights. You can opt between the sort of stand or the exclusive here and the standard, or you can go for the painted or plastic versions. But interestingly, if you look, it's only £211 more to go for the exclusive. So it's basically which design you prefer. Some people prefer to have the sort of orange indicators. Some people prefer to have the sort of LED clear ones. So it's all up to you really. The bull bar, They're all new styles. I mean, look at that. I really don't like them. I think it ruins the front of the truck. That one looks like it's got a smile. Goliath. There you go. Yeah, I like to keep it clean in the front. Again, you've got all the ribs here, as they're called, which is from a mod that's let me customize all these. You've got the front grille, again, from a mod, allow me to paint that with all these sort of front grille lights and everything that you'd expect. You can remove the Scania logo if you want, and then you can change the grille altogether, all with or without the chrome piece down there. Again, up to you if you want to put that on. The logo you can change. I believe this is part of my mod as well. You've got sort of a matte black, chrome, and then paint matched. Down here you can change the sort of front, so what would you call that? They say fender here. Right, sort of a American saying. Side skirt? Not the right word, is it? Wheel arch. You can paint that if you want. It's an interesting compromise, having the plastic around the edge. Pretty cool. Up here, again, this is part of one of my mods that I've got. You can add a window back here, but what I would say is it doesn't actually add a window in the cabin, so I don't like going for that. I'll just go for the stock. You can add the roof lights, you've got the sun visors, and then all of the light bar options as you may be pleased. Beacons, not really needed on a sort of BDF. You can now add the exhaust stacks up here with this BDF mod, which is pretty nice. Loads to choose from. They're not very subtle, those. Now around this is where it gets a bit awkward, trying to get around the back. Now you can sort of chop off the top of the what do you call these now? They say fender again. Wheel arch. I'm just going to say that. You can chop off the top of them. Gives it a nice smart look. Or you can just add them if you want. You've got all different colours. Plastic or paint. This is where you add the sort of BDF box on the back. Where it says painted, if you just look at this box at the back, don't know if that's kind of batteries or something. It basically just paint matches that to the bodywork. So yeah, a few different designs. A cooler, a container, assistant trailer, all with the Euro truck sort of writing there. I wish it didn't have that. I wish you could customize it or paint match it to the truck, because it is a bit annoying that you can't change it. It's always been like that on this mod, but that's pretty much it for the customization. Again, it is all standard stuff. I believe there was another option, but I can't seem to find it. Hang on, let me just change the... Yeah, here we go. So if you don't go for the bigger sort of chassis, you can add a spare tyre, some batteries, or some more tanks. I'm not too sure if they improve the range, but they are there. Then there's some boxes on the back. On the interior, as I said, all standard stuff in here, so I'm not going to bother going through it. So there we go. That is the customization for this mod. So now I'm going to do a time lapse of me building this truck to my spec. Okay, so here we are, all fully specced up. Now I've tried to sort of colour match the trailer with the paint there. It's sort of a metallic, almost gold colour, which looks pretty cool with the black grille, the black logo. Shame you can't actually make the model designation and the V8 logos in black, because I think that'll look cool. But yeah, we're all connected now. We've got, let's have a look, salt and spices, 24 tons, which is pretty cool. I mean, this thing is huge now, and as I said, it is 24 tons, so it is probably a good thing that we got a 520 V8 on board, but it does look pretty cool. I like it a lot. On the interior, it's everything that you'd expect. I've gone with the wood today, as you can see. It gets this sort of brown seats with the white stitching, which looks pretty nice. Everything is pretty standard though in here, which is pretty good. You got the wood on the edge of the steering wheel as well. We start this thing up. Sounds pretty nice. See, it's pretty cold out, but yeah, all standard stuff. 1,000 litres of fuel, 2,000 mile range. Now that is pretty impressive. And one thing I have noticed with this BDF mod is that how far you can sort of scroll away from the truck. I mean, look at this. This is just the normal sort of free cam mode, or the normal exterior camera, and it all just pivots around the truck. I mean, I'm still scrolling out. Look at that. I don't even know where we are. I mean, it's got to be something wrong, right? Because stuff around the truck is sort of disappearing now. Look at that. But yeah, let's zoom back in. This may take a while. And yeah, let's get on the road. Because it is a bit of a longer journey, this, because of the new sort of Christmas gift thing SCS have introduced, and I want to do a few of them. So I'm going to start off by driving along in the truck. I may cut it about halfway through and then rejoin near the end, because I don't want it to be too long. Now we do also have the sort of snowy physics mod on, so it takes ages to stop and sort of get going. So I may turn that off because it is becoming kind of annoying and it's not that realistic. I mean, this is full brakes now, and it took about 5 or 10 seconds to get down from 7 miles an hour then. It's a bit tight. Look at this. Look at this. It's mad. It is pretty weird seeing the trailer in the mirror like that. But yeah, it is massive, this truck now. But with this 520 engine, it is hiding the weight pretty well. I mean, this is about a third throttle. It's completely fine. Right, I'm probably not going to stop. This is full braking power. Yeah, we did that. But yeah, I am impressed about the range on this. 2,000 miles. Realistically, you're probably going to get maybe 1,500, which is still pretty good. I mean, the current Scania that I'm driving, the sort of normal, I believe it's a 6x2x4 chassis with a mid-lift. I think I'm doing about 1,000 miles per tank on that. See, it's not too bad at all. Now, one thing I am noticing with this BDF mod is the steering is very different to a sort of traditional chassis. I feel like I'm having to put a lot more sort of effort into turning. Like, I have to turn the wheel quite a lot to get it to change direction, which has sort of changed the character of the truck a bit. Like, usually the Scania is quite darty. That's probably the wrong word, but responsive. But no, it does feel a little bit more relaxed on the road, I have to say. Which is good for cruising. I mean, like, this playing the wheel is doing absolutely nothing. Whereas usual in the Scania truck, you'd be like this over the road. But yeah, just look how much steering I'm having to do to change the direction like that. It's quite a lot. Which in many ways is a good way, especially when you got a trailer as long as this. Helps the stability. Yeah, just getting up to speed now. Into 6th gear, cruise control on at 50 miles an hour, as you can see, and we should get the fuel consumption back down to a bit more of a realistic figure. So currently that's very high. I know it's a 24-ton trailer, but that's not right. For this engine, I'm usually getting around 65 litres every 100 mile. Look at this. It's quite poor, actually. We'll see what that is when we pull up at the destination, but yeah, that's still really high. So that's a bit confusing. But yeah, overall, it's pretty standard stuff in here. Nice layout, even though, as I've said before, there are quite a lot of buttons in this cabin, which I think they could have removed some of them at least. But yeah, it's very nice, very functional. It's quite easy to see out of as well. Big windows. I like the mirrors as well. They're well shaped. They're not too thick, so they don't give you too many blind spots like in the MAN. But still remain a very nice design to look at. It's very quiet as well for a V8. And when you compare it to the old Gen Scania and you put a V8 in that, when you're cruising along, it's still sort of there in the background. I mean, it still is with this. It's sort of a faint burble, but it's not sort of annoying and intrusive. Right, can we get around this guy? I mean, you see that the response to this gearbox immediately drops down 2 gears. We are struggling to sort of gain speed here with this 24 ton. Yeah, we're passing him with complete ease here. I'm not sure what this traffic's doing up ahead. Seems like there's quite a lot of it today. Alright, let's just turn back in this lane. And drop it back down to 50. But yeah, as I just said, it's still got that Scania DNA when you need to get going. It's just the steering's a little bit vague in some places, which I wouldn't really expect. But yeah, I'll carry on and see you when we're a bit closer to the destination. Okay, so we're getting a little bit closer to the destination now. One thing that I'm really sort of feeling on this, I don't know what Sweden call their motorways, but on the main roads, is that you can really feel the weight of this tandem truck and trailer. I mean, you're coming down some of the hills. I mean, I had the retarder on full a while back, and you could really sort of feel the weight behind you. It just wasn't slowing down. I mean, you can see it now. I do have cruise control on, but it's definitely holding itself on the road pretty well. And again, the engine sound isn't too loud, so not annoying really. I mean, if you have music on in the background, you just wouldn't hear it. It's a really, really sort of relaxing truck to drive. So in many ways, it didn't really feel like a sort of Scania, because the Scania to me, it's a bit more of a dynamic truck. It's sort of ready to go, ready to haul heavy sort of trailers, in lots of comfort. It drives a lot like a Volvo, this BDF, which is kind of weird, but pretty cool in a way. Because you get this really sort of high quality interior by SCS, improved by the BDF mod. It's a pretty nice package, and if you haven't tried out this BDF mod, I definitely recommend you take a look. So I'm quite impressed by it. The only things that I would say is I wish that you could put your own colours on the trailers. That's a bit annoying. Or maybe if they just have a blank white, a blank sort of blue or something like that. Because just having one colour can be a little bit annoying. But yeah, I like all the lighting as well on the trailers. I think that'll look awesome at night. And overall, it's a really, really, really nice truck to drive. Right, we do have a problem here. This is full brakes, full retarder. And you're just slowing this thing down. Partly because of the snow mod that I've got on. But yeah, you can see how much you have to turn the wheel here. It's not normally like that. Right, nothing coming. And I think we're just parking down here by the looks of it, so not too bad at all. Jean-Claude Ping discovered. Not exactly sure if I pronounced that right. Indicators are very loud, I'm noticing, in the new Scania. Maybe because the engine and the sort of wind noise is pretty much non-existent in the cabin, making the indicators seem really loud, but okay, thank you, Mr. Volvo. But yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, the turning circle on this BDF is awful. That's something I've got to get used to if I drove this truck a little bit more. Just about got around there. Oops. My bad. Again, I'm not used to driving these. Let's pull around here a little bit more. I've got to use that front mirror. I think I'm going to hit him if I'm not careful. Hopefully I haven't damaged the trailer. Right, we're around. Oh, you're joking. How am I going to do this? I'm going to have to reverse back onto the road. This is a pain. Almost clipped that Ford then. I was very close to him. I think I've overcooked this a little bit. Let's try and watch that car in the corner. Alright, let me just pull forward here. Ooh, hang on. It's going to be a little bit dodgy. Just watching him in the front mirror. Ooh, we're close. I mean, look at the situation that I've got myself in. Wow. Really careful of that front mirror. Obviously with this winter mod on, it takes so much longer to brake. You've got to be really careful. Oh, I don't think that trailer's going back any further. Am I going to get around him? This is full lock now. Right, we made it round. And if you're wondering, I got it down to 71 litres every 100 mile on the consumption, which isn't great, to be honest. I mean, that was all sort of main road driving, cruise control on. You could probably get it down to 65 if you're doing a longer run, but not great, to be honest. Probably because of the size and weight of this thing. Just not happy with that. Oh, there we go. Brake on, engine off. I love the way that disappears. So cool. So there we go. Let's just unload. So if you have enjoyed that, please do give me a like, subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.